Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retro Loft. Today it's part 3 of my Flight Simulator journey. So I've left the 8-bit machines behind, so no more Sinclair machines for the moment, and I've gone straight on to the Amiga. There you go, Flight Simulator 2 for the Amiga. Now, this isn't the exact journey. I originally had an Atari ST after my Spectrum, and I bought Flight Simulator 2 for it, actually. But then I bought an Amiga. So because of an arrangement I had with a computer shop at the time, the guy who worked there allowed me to swap my ST version for the Amiga. So it's not the same one, but it's sort of the same purchase originally. Sort of allowed me to move on to the Amiga. And to be fair, there's actually really no difference with the game. It just sounds a little bit better on the Amiga. Graphically, I think they look the same. Yeah, pretty much. There we go. That's it. Let's take a look at it and take a look and see what's in the package first. As with most software at the time, you've got a lot of things with it. You've got a fairly comprehensive, thick guide. So this one goes to 125 pages. So yeah, you got a lot. It told you everything. It told you how everything works, all the controls, and yeah, it's really comprehensive. And yeah, these days you get a PDF, which is lovely. Obviously, you got a few navigational maps at the time. I think they're all based in America. Every time you bought a scenery disc, you got manuals with that as well. And you got a keyboard guide. You got loads of warranty stuff. I could order an interactive cable because you could actually link these together. I can't remember if you could link the ST and the Amiga version. I think you did, or you could. I certainly did do that with my friend. My friend brought his Amiga over, and we sort of played a linked version. Do ignore the shadow. And obviously there's the original disc, and purely for backup purposes, because it was a disc. And there's my copy of it. So I did actually have a SubLogic scenery disc. So I bought the Western Tour, Western European Tour, and again you get a stack of manuals with it, stack of information. And you had a fair bit about runways and airports and everything. So yeah, you got a fair bit of stuff with it. Right, so this is Flight Simulator 2 for the Amiga. As you can obviously hear a little bit, it's obviously audible. It's it makes sounds, whereas obviously the ZX81 didn't, and the Spectrum barely did. So as with the Spectrum and the ZX81 versions, though, I started off just landing it. Now, so if I go to situation on this one and select pre-recorded, I always thought there was a land option. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Maybe I had a slightly different release, but it's not there. So what I'm going to do anyway is just fly around and just show you some of the differences. First off, the most important thing is there's a spot plane, and it's zooming in, and eventually it will find it. There you go, a little Cessna, all in glorious blocky detail. Not sure if you can zoom in or not on it. Yeah, you can zoom in a little bit. I don't think you can adjust the angle or whatever, but I'll just go back to the cockpit view. As you can see, as with the other flight sims, a lot of the controls are here. Obviously, you've got speed, altimeter, rate of climb, and this is a heading, and obviously the artificial horizon, and then you've got things like the ILS, and obviously being a slightly better screen resolution, you've got things like the comm radios, and gears, flaps, controls, zoom. So I think I've zoomed in. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's right. Anyway, so to control this with the keyboard, you can either use the cursor keys, I believe, or if you just right-click on the mouse, you've got yoke control. And as you can see, I move the mouse left and right. You can't see me moving the mouse, obviously, but when I move the mouse left and right, the rudder and the ailerons, anyway, or the roll, anyway, whatever, I can't remember. As you can see, they are linked. Now, you can unlink them, but for this time, I won't. So to get the power, I think it's left-click down. Actually, I'll put some flaps down first. I'm going to take off. And I think it's left click and then forward on the mouse, yeah. to take the B for brakes, I assume. Oh no. Okay. That's a good start. So I'm going full pelts. Brakes are off. And now I'm looking in the right direction. It's a good start, isn't it? Straight off the runway, and yeah, going nowhere. And I'm away. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could figure out how view direction. There you go, T. That's what I need to set. As you can see, it's graphically much better than the Spectrum, the ZX81 version. You can actually see sort of clearly defined edges, and I assume the blue is the C. Yeah, it's not as good as a modern day flight sim, but it give you a little bit more, more realism. Now, what this version also gave you was the option to have different planes. Now, I can't remember if you can switch between. Oh, you can. You can actually switch when you're in flight, which is interesting. So, obviously, the Learjet is going to be a lot faster. It's a lot quieter. So what's it look like from the spot? Oh, put the gears up. Yeah, it looks roughly like a Learjet, as obviously you are pushing the boundaries of the Amiga here. Put the gear up for that. Oh, wrong button. Keep messing up my view. I forgot that the way the view works is so I don't want to look down, I want to look up. T. That sets it back. Obviously, with the Learjet, everything behaves and runs a lot smoother. What I'll do is I will now go to the World War I Ace plane. Now, obviously, this takes me to a different area, and this was part of Flight Simulator 2. It was a game within a game. Okay, that doesn't look like a World War II Ace. Maybe the World War II Ace is a Cessna. Okay. Let's have a look at the demo, see what the demo does. In a way, it's probably the easiest thing to do is let the computer demonstrate. Obviously, you can see the computer can fly better than me. He's probably had a little bit more experience in doing this. The last time I probably looked at this was in the very late 80s, early 90s, I would have thought. I can look at the spot planes when I'm on the demo. Nope. Okay. Okay. So if you mess around too much, it tends to reset the demo. But there you go. You get the idea. That's Flight Simulator 2 for the Amiga. Graphically much better. There's a lot more things you can do on it. You can have different scenery discs on there. Now I'm actually loading this from an emulator, so trying to trying to get the additional scenery. I've forgotten how you do that. As again, I don't particularly want to spend too much time looking in it because it's not something I really want to play too much. But yeah, there's a lot more information about the machine, about the computer. About the aircraft. Getting all my words mixed up there. So yeah. Options you've got, you can change views, you can change the environment, you can make it winter, spring, summer or autumn. I'm not going to say fall. Just did. So there you go. Let's have a look. Realism, control panel, control sensitivity. So you can black out partial bits of the panel, so if you wanted to simulate what it's like having a bad day flying, or you can probably make the panel simpler. So if I turn off a few of these settings, okay, yeah, it's weird actually. You turn off time, the time is still there, but it just takes off the heading saying time. So yeah, very odd. So I guess you can simulate not having any radios or any comms or whatever. I believe you can increase the screen size. I think you can make it almost like full screen. Yeah, so there you go. So if you wanted to just fly around, you can do that. And obviously, once you've got a bigger screen, a more screen estate, it's a little bit easier to see where you're going and what you're doing. It's the resolution, or the lack of resolution, doesn't seem to matter too much. Oh, seems to have put the brakes on. What I'll do is I'll pause it there and just go and have a look at the other menus. Now you've got probably a better map. Yeah, say better. I think I need to expand the map to find out where I am. Can you zoom in on it? Map zoom. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's an expansion on the map that was on the Spectrum version. Still a little bit basic, but there you go. Now you've got a slew, which I think with this you can just move around without actually flying. I think you can set yourself, if you're in a different part of the airport, you can move to it quite quickly, and you can set yourself up in all sorts of strange positions. Position sets work a similar sort of thing as well. And this is where you can save and obviously load some of your situations to disk, which is, I say, one of the advantages this has over the Spectrum and the ZX81 versions, whereas that was just a game. That's it. It was fixed. You couldn't really do much else with it once you were there. So yeah, that's Flight Sim 2. That was, I say, part 3 of my journey. So there we go, that was the 16-bit version of my Flight Simulator journey. Yeah, it was a bit of a step up from the 8-bit versions I had previously. Yeah, graphically, a much better game. Obviously, it seemed to work and move and fly a lot easier. Looking back, it does seem to not be as good as I thought it was. So I'm sort of maybe rose-tinted spectacles looking at it here. But, it was a step up, a mental step up from the Spectrum version, which, yes, I was a little bit disappointed with at the time. But actually, looking back now, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was originally. Yeah, so next time, hopefully, I'll look at a PC version of Flight Sim, or Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, hardware-wise, I'm not sure what I need yet. It might be MS-DOS related, or it might be very, very early versions of Windows, or possibly Windows 3.1 or Windows 95 compatible machines. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, so again, it's it should be interesting trying to find the hardware. Obviously, the Amiga was always a bit of a pain. A friend of mine does have an Amiga, and I could have borrowed that, but I managed to get the emulator working, and that's why I could do a screen capture on my MacBook. So there we go. Right, so if you like what I do, please like, comment and subscribe, and if you really want to, click the bell icon, because apparently you get notifications every time I do something, and yeah, it's up to you. I really do. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye bye.